Hello everyone and welcome to a little project that I personally am very excited about. It's been a lot more casual than what I've been doing lately with the Stardews and the Subnauts. With those runs I've been trying to do like this hardcore, like optimized kind of a thing. But I think I'd rather do a series that's a little more laid back, a little more casual. And that's exactly what this is going to be. This is, as you can tell from the title screen, Animal Crossing. And this is KK Slider. But you probably knew that already. Yeah. Oh, believe me, it does. Oh, believe me, it can. So like I said, this is just going to be a very, very laid back kind of a series. I was going to say this game's not going to be like Stardew Valley. It is actually a little bit like Stardew Valley in the whole, like, gifting and making friends, and to an extent, we can, make, like, a tree orchard and that kind of thing, but, for the most part, it's just going to be a lot different in how, like, laid back it is comparatively. I definitely want this to be a very much more laid back series. Yes it is. Yeah, this is Rover, who's like... ideally I'd say no way. Look at this. You say no way to him sitting down. And he sits here anyway. Even though there are plenty of other seats, but... I don't know. Maybe... It's funny, I'm trying to defend myself here as, like, why I'm being rude to Rover. But I feel like he's the one who's being rude. I've always kind of felt that way. But that's probably because I'm more introverted, is what I was getting at. Yeah. I guess I'll forgive him. Also, one of the reasons I said that, usually I am a lot nicer to him in this scene, but one of the reasons I said that is because, your answers here will actually affect what your character looks like. And I've got a more, like, casual file, that I'm playing on as well, and I just don't want it to end up being, like, the same as, this character. I don't want them to end up looking the same as my other one. As far as my town name here, I kind of thought about this a little bit, and, yeah, when I was a kid, I would name my Animal Crossing towns after Pokemon towns, and my favorite Animal Crossing town I had was called Lilycove, so I'll call this one Lilycove too. That's right. Yeah, Lilycove's a pretty nice town. It's probably my top 10 favorite Pokemon towns. Yeah, jeez. Like I said, I'm really not a fan of... Even when you give Rover all the nice answers, I just feel like he's, like, so butting into your business. I mean, there is this scene here where he sets up a house for you, so... In the end, it's a good thing he butt into our business, but... I don't know, I'm just a very much a... like, keeps to myself kind of a person, so... When other people, like, start asking all these questions, I just get, like... I don't know, I get really, like... tense, I guess it would be the right word. I don't know. Some of you might know where I'm coming from there. Others maybe not so much. But, yeah, so in this video, I think I'm just going to get through all of, like, the tutorial stuff. Do the Nook's part-time jobs and whatever. Oh, yeah, I've got money. I mean, that's technically not a lie. I do have money, just not... Well, you'll see. So yeah, like, this series I'm not going to be cutting as much, and I'm not going to be going for, like, optimization or anything like that. Because this really isn't the kind of game where you have to prioritize that kind of stuff. Ooh, I like my starting outfit. You see, we're not even 2 steps off the train platform and we're already getting stopped here. Oh, don't worry, Nook. I ramble. It's funny, that's two characters. The only two characters we've spoken to now who have said that they ramble. Yeah, this isn't the kind of game, though, where, you know, you have to... Well, I mean, you know, Stardew Valley, you don't have to do the super optimized route either. But this isn't the kind of game where optimization will, like, do a whole lot more for you than just messing around. This is just a just messing around kind of a game, which is why you might notice the title actually says, Let's Mess Around On, or as I'm going to abbreviate in the future, LMAO. LMAO Animal Crossing, because, I don't know, Subnautica is a series I very much like doing, but it's also a series that requires a lot of planning. Like, you know, before each episode, I'm pretty much at a point where I'm, like, doing a bit of research on the wiki, and looking at maps, just making sure I'm not, like, wandering around too much in-game. Because, you know, I've had those episodes where I'm looking for parts in certain biomes, and it's just a lot of me, like, you know, literally just swimming around the biome, being like, oh, is that something? No, that's not it. Oh, is that something? No, that's not it. Oh, here it is. Let me come back in here. Hey, so I found it. Then I don't know. That's not my preferred style. It's not something I have a problem doing. But that's also why you've been seeing a lot less Subnautica videos than Stardew Valley videos. Stardew Valley, I was definitely at a point towards the beginning where I was having to do some research, but I've hit a point now in recording, which is funny. At the time that this Animal Crossing video is being recorded, I have posted 16 parts of Stardew Valley. I have recorded, however, 38. So I'm gonna try to give myself a little bit of time to catch up with that. But at the point I'm at recording Stardew Valley right now, I don't really have to do that much research. I'm more in the late game where I'm more familiar with and a lot more comfortable with. Also, I know I'm talking over Tom Nook here, but again, I'm assuming if you're watching this that you've played the Animal Crossing. That's the game I'm playing. I'm assuming you've played it before. If not, I'll just give you a brief rundown. Yeah, here's where we're gonna find out we need to, you know, pay off the rest of our loan. All that Tom Nook was really saying there before was that, hey, talk to your gyroid to save your game. It's funny, all those dialogue boxes, and that one sentence literally sums up everything he's saying. Yeah, this first part of the game can, like, especially if you've played this game a lot, like I have, it can be a little bit of a drag. I don't want to call it too much of a drag, but... Sorry, I just had to take a sip of my water there. Yeah, because this is really the only part of the game of Animal Crossing where you're forced to do something. Ooh. This is an interesting town layout. I like it, though. Wow, look at this river. This is all just on one side here. I like this. Okay. I'm also going to take a look and see what all town members we've got here. Wow, this is a really interesting layout. I've never had a town layout like this before. Where the river is all like in one, basically, row here. Yeah, I like this. I like this layout a lot. Now, hopefully, our town fruit is peaches again. Are you serious? Oh my god. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not gonna... Okay, so here's the thing. And here's why I sighed just now. My first town that I was doing was... Well, okay. Let me back up a second. Last night I started, you know, playing this for the first time in a while. Started a town, had peaches. I'm like, awesome, that's great. I was like, I thought today, oh, I could start a second town that I can LP on. Then I could get a different town fruit, go visit it, and then be able to, you know, get rarer fruit. Yeah, awesome. Well, I actually already had a different recording session where I got up to this point, saw that I had peaches, and decided to start over to this town, which, as you can see, now also has peaches. So I thought for a moment there about starting over, but you know what? I'm just going to say, let's just live with it, and I'll figure out a way to get different fruit some other time. Ah, yes, we get to change into our work clothes. My least favorite outfit in the game. Yeah, this whole working for Tom Nook session is basically just like a tutorial section, but yeah, I hate the green on the work outfit. Okay, so yeah, first task Tom Nook is going to have us do is plant some trees and flowers. Now, he says to plant it around his shop, but you can actually plant these literally anywhere in the town. It doesn't matter at all. So what I like to do is I just straight up take the flowers and plant them by my house. Because it makes your house look a lot nicer. And also, I say, to heck with Tom Nook and his ways. I don't know, Tom Nook is kind of a jerk. I don't want to call him a jerk, but I'm not the biggest fan of him, I'll just say that. So, I'm gonna say, forget him. I'm planting these flowers, yeah, by my house. And see, that just looks like so much... I don't know, it really spruces the place up in my opinion. I wish you could plant them out more towards the front, but unfortunately there's a stone here, so you can't really do that. Oh, and then the saplings... See, here's the thing, too. I don't like having too many trees, like, in one area. So I'll put them up in this corner right here. I just think too many trees in one spot. It just, like, it makes it hard to see the screen. And actually, when I get the axe, I usually like to just go around and chop down clusters of trees, just so I can see the town better. Also, it's kind of odd that he's paying us per task and not a consistent wage, but oh well. That's right, we haven't actually met any of the townsfolk. Yeah, so now next thing in our little agenda here is to introduce ourselves to all the town members. What's kind of a pain here is that we don't have our map yet, so let's see. I think what I'll do is I'll just go around, come down here, and then come back up. Yeah, that'll work. Because I do also want to stop by the town dump. Right here. Oh, that's right, there's not ever anything on the first day. Yeah, I want to come back and check here, though, because there will be free items here in the dump. You can also pick up free items in the police station. That I'll show off a little bit later. But for this first beginning part of the game... Ooh, we got Lily in our town. Lily's actually one of my favorite town members. Oh, the two frogs are living right next to each other. That's awesome. Yeah, I really like this town setup. Had I had like a kind of a inconvenient town setup, I might have thought about restarting, but I like this too much. I'm going to keep it. Now, if I remember right, there was a towns member. Okay, there's another map right here. Let me actually just see if there's anything in the police station. Ooh, there are. Okay. Yeah, so this is the Lost and Found. This is the other area where you can pick up free items. Ooh, I'll take that. Yeah, so it's a quote-unquote Lost and Found. But really, this is just another spot where you can pick up items at your leisure. Don't worry, it's not like you'll ever get called out like, hey, that's not your stuff, but... Yeah, and then when you leave, Copper's just like, yeah, have a nice day. So let me actually take a look at these shirts. Static shirt? Ooh, I like that a lot. And Rick Rack shirt. Oh, never mind. I found my new favorite outfit. But unfortunately, for this tutorial part, we have to wear Tom Nook's uniform. So let me take a look at this map here real quick. Okay, so right below here is a towns member. Ooh, it's a squirrel. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, this is one of the quote-unquote arrogant towns members. Yeah, towns members have certain personalities. Okay, so I'll go up and then... Okay, so we're back over to Nook's shop and then down, basically. Yeah, towns members can have a certain number of set personalities. And one of them, I don't know if it actually varies or not. Or if it's always the... Oh, this is... Okay, not at all what I was expecting. Oh, hang on. Now I'm already lost in the town. Here we go. Yeah, like I said, towns members will have certain set personalities. And I don't actually know off the top of my head if it varies or if like certain towns members are always the same. Also, you see I ran through my flowers there and knocked them away, so you want to be careful about that. Okay, so it looks like pretty much the rest of the town is over here. Ooh. I don't think I've ever had this panda before. Chow, huh? Wow, we got another frog. Oh, I like Tad. He's friendly. And then, it looks like there was another one. Oh no, he's down here, I think. There we go. Oh, okay. This is Freckles, right? Yeah. I actually have Freckles in my other town I was playing on, too. So, yep, that's all the townsfolk. Oh, you know what? I didn't introduce myself to the mayor, though. Now, the mayor is in... Oh, hang on. I'll just go ahead and find the wishing well. If I remember right, it was definitely down here. But I think it was on... No, it is over here. Okay, I was right. Here we go. Now, if you say your dad or your mom, he has a line about you being doomed. But I think if you say your grandma or grandpa, he's like... Oh, maybe you have to say grandpa there to get the quote-unquote good response. Not that it's important at all. But yeah, Tortimer will show up here at the wishing well during town events. And you can talk to him, as I kind of glossed over in the dialogue there. Oh, jeez, that scared me. That's actually an insect in the game. But you can talk to him to get fun little items that you can only get during the holidays or town events. So that's pretty cool. And you're definitely going to want to make a point to do that during each holiday. Now that we've done that, we can get our next task here. Okay, Prince in B5. Now, Prince was one of those two frogs, and I believe during this first tutorial section, everyone stays in their everyone will be in the acre that their house is on. Later in the game, they'll kind of wander around town. But yeah, as you can see here, they all live in certain acres, and yeah, like I said, for this first beginning part, they will be in the acre they live in. But it can actually be a bit of a pain to find people sometimes for certain tasks later in the game when they do start moving around. And we got some furniture for him. No, I haven't actually. A teacher's desk, huh? Oh, sorry, I wasn't talking there. I was just kind of engrossed in the dialogue. Weirdly enough, it was tutorial dialogue I was engrossed in, but whatever. But yeah, he's basically saying you can put furniture down in your house and move it around, and I'm actually going to show that off here. Also because I want to see what this teacher's desk looks like. Yeah, so to put down an item in your house, you'll go to it in your inventory here and drop it. Then it'll appear like that. It's more of like a checkers table than a chess table, but no, alright. Now, let me see what this desk looks like. Yeah, you see you can kind of move it around like this, and, let me actually see something real quick, because you should be able to turn it as well. Yeah, I'm not really into that, so I'm actually going to get rid of that. Once we're done with this little tutorial section, you'll be able to sell stuff to Tom Nook, and, well, as much as I do appreciate the thought, Prince, I'm going to be selling this table. Oh yeah, here's where we finally get the town map. So now we'll be able to check it with the X button. We won't have to go to one of the bulletin boards that I've been going to. Oh, so yeah, here's where we're going to write our first letter. Yeah, he'll give us some stationery to write it on. And he wants us to address it to Lily. So yeah, the post office is in Acre A5, right above where Lily and Prince live. This is basically your letter writing tutorial. Now, he said he wants us to write an advertisement. I don't think it really matters what you write here, so I'm just going to do that. And go ahead and mail it to her. However, later in the game, you'll be able to write letters and attach gifts and send them to people. And if you do, it increases your friendship with them and also gives you a chance to get a letter back. When you're writing those kinds of letters, it actually does kind of matter what you write. You don't necessarily have to write like something super cohesive. Basically, what the game is looking for is certain phrases, like positive or negative ones. Positive ones I know are like buddy, friend. I know the phrase "when is your birthday" is a good one. Another thing that'll affect how characters respond to your letters is how many lines are in them. And to get the best response, you'll want to have 6 lines. I'll go ahead and show that. I'll talk about that later when I'm writing letters, though. Oh, I think actually how well you write might affect how many bells he pays you there, but it doesn't really matter in the long run anyway. Because he's talking about giving you bells for your work, but he doesn't actually give them to you. He just knocks it off of your mortgage payment. So what did he say? Oh yeah, he wants us to do a favor for somebody. So this is kind of like the meat and potatoes of Animal Crossing, so to speak, what we're about to do here. That is doing favors for people. Basically, you'll talk to people. And this top option will always be something to the effect of, give me a job. So yeah, you can do favors for the townsfolk. It pretty much always involves like either giving them an item or receiving an item from them and giving it to somebody else. So in this case, we have to give this to Blair, who of course lives all the way over here, so... So yeah, and then once you do that, you'll actually receive an item in return. Another different task you can get is sometimes you have to retrieve an item from a different animal. Oh right, it's over here. Sometimes you'll have to retrieve an item from one of the townsfolk to give back to whoever you got the favor from. Doing this will always yield a reward. Sometimes it's bells, sometimes it's a piece of furniture, sometimes it's stationery, it can be clothes too. Oh yeah, and you can see the animals themselves can also change your outfit. Oh. Yeah, so Blair is like has like the kind of like conceited or rude personality, however you want to say it. What did she give us? A mochi pestle. I think that's a kind of plant. Let me check that out. Let me head back up to the house here. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't want to cut as much, so I kind of feel the need to fill the space with talking, but I don't know. Let's see. Probably in future episodes, I am going to end up cutting more. Oh, it's like a bucket or something? Yeah, I don't want that. I'm going to end up selling that. Don't worry, by the way, if you sell something and you decide you end up liking it, because you can always order any item that you've sold to Tom Nook through his catalog. Oh, but yeah, I was saying, I don't really want to cut too much in this first episode. I don't know, part of me doesn't want to cut as much in this series just because it's more laid back. But now that I'm thinking about it, there's definitely going to have to come points later in the game where I'm not really doing a whole lot that I'm probably going to have to cut between like when I actually end up doing things. Now this is going to Freckles, who lives, yep, down here. I just wanted to double check on that. Okay, Freckles is right here. Yeah, like I said, in this first tutorial bit, they'll always stay within their same acre. So let's go ahead and give this to her. I like that she said, "Oh my gosh," is all one word. It says that's some pretty, I don't know, I always kind of associated that with internet speak, but, I mean, this game came out in 2001, so... Actually, I don't know if we got it here in the US in 2001 or 2002. And she actually gave us a carpet, which let me... yeah, she's talking about how you can buy and sell stuff at Nooks. Let me see what kind of carpet we got here. Old flooring. Let me go check out what that looks like before I go back to Nook. Yeah, fortunately, ooh, don't want to run through the flowers. Fortunately, it doesn't really ever take too long to get to any one spot in the town. Yeah, so to see what a flooring looks like, you'll just go ahead and do it like this. Ooh, I kind of like that, actually. I'm going to keep it. And then I believe your old flooring shows up as carpet, yep, in your inventory. We'll end up selling that. I mean, we won't get too much for it. It's probably going to be like 20 or 40 bells, but it's better than nothing. Alright, what you got next for me, Nick Man? No, I would actually not like to work here full-time, Tom Nook. Okay, deliver an axe to Lily. Yeah, and unfortunately we can't actually use this axe. We'll have to buy our own. I think that's the game's kind of way of teaching you that, like, yeah, anything you get from an animal to deliver to another one, you won't be able to use it. So, like, if you get an outfit to deliver, you won't be able to wear it. Same with, like, furniture and stuff. Lily. There she is. Yeah, I like her a lot. I like that she's turquoise with pink cheeks. I think Lily's a cute animal to have in the town. Yes. Yeah, so this is her basically explaining that, ooh, I wonder if I got her in my town because I named it Lilycove. I wonder if your town name affects what kind of starting animals you have. Maybe because I had the name Lily in my town, or the word Lily in my town name, I got up so many frogs. I'd have to look into that, actually. In any case... yep, okay, so he's talking about the bulletin board that's right outside the house, or rather, it's in the middle of the 4 different houses there. Kind of a cool thing is that you can actually have multiple players per file, up to 4, hence there being 4 houses. Right here. And yeah, your house and all these houses here will always be, like the train station is always in Acre 1-3. Or, C1, rather. And then your houses are always going to be in C2. Now, as far as I know, oh no, it is it's A3. Okay, and then B3 is where your houses always are. Tom Nook's shop is always in this top row up here. I'm pretty sure that goes the same for the dump and the post office. The tailor is always close to the beach. And I know the wishing well is, I think, always in row E as well. The museum and police station are a little bit more varied, although I think they tend to be in the bottom half like this. In any case, though, he wants us to put up a bulletin board, like an advertisement for his store. This, like the letter, it doesn't really matter what you write, so I'm just going to do that. And I don't know that the bulletin board actually affects anything, if you're playing solo. The idea, I think, with the bulletin board is that it's for players to exchange messages. Oh, look at that, we're done already. I actually didn't expect to get that done that quickly. Yeah, so, fortunately, the whole part-time job thing, the whole part-time job thing isn't going to last the whole game. We're done working for Nook at this point. And yeah, he's basically telling us, oh, excuse me. He's basically telling us how to make money, that is to do favors for people. That's how we get furniture and stuff, like I said. And then just selling the stuff we don't want to him. Now, he says here you have to pay off 1,000 bells a week, but you can actually pay off more than that. And you don't even have to pay that minimum, if I remember correctly. You pretty much just pay whatever you want. Yeah, we get this cute little scene when we're done working. And now that we are done working, we can finally swap out our shirts here. So I wanted the Rick Rack shirt, if I remember right. Yes. Now, let's see. Wavy tan. Oh, that's the one we started with, right? Yes, it is. Okay. I do like that shirt, and I want to keep it. But I don't want to take up space in my inventory. So what I'm actually going to do is head back to town, or back to my house, rather. And you can actually put shirts down, and they'll be in a similar display that they were in Nook's shop. So, like, drop it here, and there you go. Now it's displaying the shirt. And let's see. Let's see this one again. I do like it. I'll keep it in here. Yeah, shirts don't even make you that much money when you sell them. Oh, here, I'll show you. You can hit B, or A rather, sorry, to shake a tree, and then B to pick up the fruit that falls from it. Now, fruit that is native to your town is always going to sell for 100 bells, but if you get fruit that isn't native to your town, that actually sells for 500 bells, which is why I wanted to get a different town fruit, and why I considered restarting, but it's really not that big of a deal. So I'm going to go ahead and sell some stuff to Nook here. Let me just make sure. I think I want to get rid of pretty much everything in my inventory. Yep, so to sell things, you can click A and hit sell like that, sell one at a time. Or if you click X, you'll see it'll highlight it like this, and you can select multiple things to sell. So, yep, I'm going to sell all of that. Yeah, not too bad. We'll go ahead and take it. Nothing else I wish to sell. So one thing I'm definitely going to want to buy is this shovel here. Yes, definitely want to buy that. And yep, as Tom Nook's saying, in order to use it, you just go in your inventory, put it in your character's hands, and then it's equipped. Another thing I want to buy, I really like this umbrella, so I'm going to go ahead and get it. Ooh, that's, it's a little pricey, but I'll take it. Oh yeah, and you see, Nook is giving us raffle tickets, which are pretty largely useless. Basically, on the last day of any given month, Nook will have a raffle, and you can turn in 5 tickets in order to like have a chance to win something in the drawing. I've never won anything that outstanding from Nook's raffle, and you have to buy a lot of stuff to get a decent amount of entries. So I normally just like, yeah, I normally don't even bother, honestly. But you can see, yeah, with our little umbrella here, we can walk around with it like so, and pushing A will actually twirl it. And one of the reasons I like this umbrella is because I think it looks really cool when you twirl it. However, I'm going to start digging around with the shovel here, because I did see a few spots to dig. Somewhere around here. Ooh, let me actually see something real quick. Okay, nope. So, yeah, you can hit rocks with the shovel like that as well. And once each day, or rather each day, there's a certain rock in town, it's always a random one, that if you hit with the shovel, money bags will drop from it. The money rock is always one rock in town, and it's different each day. So it behooves you each new day to check all the rocks in town. Actually, yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but this little brown spot right here is what Nook was talking about when he said that there are certain areas you can dig up. Ooh, you see that one? We got a fossil. Fossils we'll be able to turn into the museum once we've identified them. by sending them off to a different museum, the Far Away Museum. Oops. Yeah, you can't actually shake a tree while you're holding the shovel. You gotta put it away and then shake it with A. Also, I like this song that's playing, the cat song. It's one of my favorite songs in the game, actually. Ooh, I knew there was another spot around here somewhere. Let's go ahead and dig this one up, too. And we got another fossil. Alright. So in order to actually be able to send letters to the, or rather, in order to be able to send fossils to the museum, we gotta try to donate our first unidentified one to the museum. So let's go ahead and go do that. Yeah, you see, when you run around town, it'll actually scare bugs away. And also fish, you might have noticed, yeah, like that one there, gets scared if you run close to the river. So generally, I try to, well, I was going to say I try to walk more than run. I really don't, but you do want to be kind of careful about running around town, specifically if you're looking for bugs and fish. Alright, still trying to get used to my town layout here. But let's come over here. And the museum should be... oh, jeez. See, this is why I don't like having a lot of trees in my town. Here we go. Here's the museum here. Let's talk to this fellow. Good old Blathers. Yeah, if you come here... yeah, he's a night owl. Yeah, if you come here during the day, he'll be asleep when you first talk to him. And if you come during night, he'll be wide awake. Not that it matters. The museum's open 24/7, and you can talk to him 24/7 as well. So let's try giving him this fossil here. Oh, good. So you can just assess it for me right now, then. Oh. Well, then, what was the point of telling me that? I do like that line. Okay, okay. I have not received a letter from the museum yet. Yeah, so basically, as far as I know, starting that sequence trying to give him an unidentified fossil is how you get the museum to send you a letter. Oh, but yeah, he's saying don't rebury the fossil because then... it's actually kind of clever on the game's part. Basically, the way it's programmed, if you rebury the fossil, it won't count as you having found it, and then you won't get the letter. So, you know... would I care to... No, I don't have anything else to show him. Yeah, basically, if you try to rebury the fossil, the game gets confused and thinks you haven't found one yet. So that's him just straight up telling you, hey, don't do that. Which I actually think is pretty clever of the game. Rather than trying to hide like a bug or whatever, it just straight up acknowledges it. Let's see here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to do on this first day. Since I haven't mentioned it yet, I will actually be skipping days in this playthrough. That's actually how I play Animal Crossing in general. Basically, the way it works is, this game, time is actually going by in real time. And, in order to advance time, the only way you really do that is to save and quit and then reload your game after changing the date and time in your town. You will be able to do that at pretty much any moment once you saved and quit. But that's the only way to pass time more quickly. So I think what I'm going to do is... I see a dig spot up there as well as another rock here. Let me see. Nope. I would like to try to find the money rock in this first episode. Oh, here's another thing you can dig out, is gyroids. They're much like the gyroid that's outside of your house. However, these ones are purely decorative, and you place them inside your house. Oh, here's the money rock. Perfect. Oops, no. Yeah, you see how it turned red right like that? Yeah, you have from when it turns red until when it turns back to the normal color to hit the money rock. And the more times you hit it, the more money bags you get. Now, I didn't do a great job of showing that off because what you can actually do, you notice when I hit the rock, I get knocked back, and I have to walk forward in order to hit it again. So if you do it normally, you're only able to hit it a maximum of like 5 or 6 times. However, what you can do is, let me try to position myself right here. Yeah, you dig a spot. No, you want to dig more like... Trying to figure out the best positioning to do this. Actually, that would have worked right there. Let's try that. Basically, you want to... Oh, not that one. I want to fill this hole back up. Basically, you want to dig a spot directly behind you once you've found the money rock. Or ideally, you want to do it beforehand. And that way, once you stand between yourself and the holes, like so, now you can repeatedly hit the rock without getting knocked back at all. And if you do it this way, you can get up to 8 bags of money from the money rock. It's definitely not necessary to do, but that's one of the faster ways to make money. And when I was a kid, I would do that a whole lot. I would basically, you know, go around town, dig near rocks, hit them like that, and I would dig the holes around me before I actually hit the rock, so I could get the maximum amount of money from it. And then basically I'd go start a new day, find the money rock again, rinse and repeat. There's also a spot randomly in town each day where you'll see, like, it looks like light shimmering out of the ground. And if you dig that up, you'll dig up 1,000 bells. Now, I haven't seen that yet, so maybe it's closer to the beach. You know what? I would actually also like to go to the beach so I can show off the tailor shop as well. I'd like to do that before I end this first part as well. Oh, but once you've gotten the money, you can go ahead and drop it into your currency like that. Now, I believe the money bags that drop from the money rock have a chance to either be 100 or 1,000 bells. Obviously, it has a higher chance to be 1,000 than 100, or 100 than 1,000. But I have had situations, if I remember correctly, when I was a kid, I had situations where I would find like up to 5,000 bells at a time using that trick. So that's pretty nice. It's a nice way to make money. It's a little bulletin board here. Oh yeah, that's something I won't be doing in this playthrough, unfortunately. But yeah, if you have a Game Boy Advance, you can connect it, and then a little boat will meet you at the dock there. It'll take you to an island where you can find fruit and bugs that you wouldn't normally be able to find. But yeah, here's the Able Sisters tailor shop. You can come here and get certain patterns either made or put onto your clothes. Oh, don't worry, Sable. I feel you. I never noticed how much, how extroverted this game as a whole was. But it actually does behoove you to talk to Sable. The more times you talk to her, the more she'll kind of open up to you. Oops. There we go. Looks like we found yet another fossil. We'll need some stationery in order to send those off to the museum. And, well, even if we had the stationery, we don't have the museum's address yet anyway. Yeah, there's also always 2 bridges in town. You see, oops. You see, that's where that one is. They're both kind of on this side of the map, which does make it a little inconvenient if I'm, like, say, over here, I need to get over here, but, believe me, I've had far worse town layouts. Oh, here's the ball, too. Every day a random ball will spawn in your town, and, it doesn't really serve any purpose, you just kick it around like that. You know, I really wanted to find the golden spot to dig in to kind of show that to you guys, but it doesn't look like it's really around here anywhere. So I think I am just going to go ahead and end off the video here. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this first part of Animal Crossing. Like I said, this will be a much more casual series than my other ones. So I don't really... you know what, actually, before I go, I am going to sell these peaches. Which won't take too long since Nooks is right up here. Yeah, like I said, this is going to be a much more casual kind of playthrough. And I don't really have, like, an upload schedule at all set at this point. Although I think I am going to start uploading I think I am going to start uploading Stardew Valley every day, just for a little bit, and then I'll upload either Subnautica or something else in addition to that. The something else probably being Animal Crossing here. Go ahead and sell these peaches. Oh, I wanted to sell the gyroid too. Yeah, like I said, no, hang on, I hit Y by accident. So I was gonna sell the lottery ticket too. Because, I don't think that actually sells for, like, anything more than, like, maybe 5 bells, but I just wanted to get it out of my inventory. But yeah, like I said, my current plan, what I'm thinking right now is I'll just start uploading Stardew Valley every day, just so I can, like, catch up with how far ahead I am in recording. And then I'll also go ahead and upload something else along with it, either Subnautica or, now we also have Animal Crossing joining the fray. So yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Hexlex, signing out. Have a good day.